Hello. The second half of lesson 6.5 is going to focus on actually writing the proofs out. We're going to be writing in a 2-column proof. So again, we want our statements to the left-hand side and our reasons on the right. We want to provide a reason for the evidence that we're showing that applies to one of our similarity cases. So think now about what your 3 similarity cases are. You have side, side, side similarity, angle, angle similarity, and then side, angle, side similarity. Those are the only 3 cases you have to choose from as you start working with these proofs. So let's pull up our notes so that we can take a look at this. All right. So what we want to do is kind of, again, look at the structure of the proof that we are going to be writing for similarity. The first thing that we want to do is make sure that we are marking our diagrams with any given parts and anything that we know to be true. Now, when we look at that, we want to be looking at angles that could be congruent or sides that can be proportional. And again, when you're testing your sides for proportionality, what you should really be looking at is what value are you getting for that scale factor. Once you have marked the diagram itself, you should be determining which case are you using for similarity. So again, we have 3 to choose from: angle, angle similarity, side, side, side similarity, or side, angle, side similarity. Okay, and then you're going to support that by providing evidence. So what we are going to do, okay, is make sure that we are listing any of the marked congruent or proportional corresponding parts on our diagram. And then we're going to justify that by giving each of those steps a reason. If we are writing a similarity proof, we're going to have a similarity statement that ends that becomes that proof statement. So that should end the proof along with which case, okay, that applies to. So if we were to take a look at proof number 1 here. Okay, again, start with the diagram itself and kind of mark what we know to be true on here. We have that angle S and angle F are right angles. So I got those right angles marked. And then we are told that we have 2 scale factors here, side EF to LS. So I can see that side EF is here, LS is here. I can see those correspond. I can't put the little markings on there because they're not congruent to each other. And then side DF, which is this side of the triangle, corresponds to side TS. And those would create equal scale factors. So what I should recognize is I have 2 sets of proportional sides and then 1 set of congruent angles. So this is going to be a side angle side similarity because they do go in that order as I work my way around the triangle. So that's what I'm going to start with in my proof, is that first given statement that gives my scale factors. So I've got EF over LS equal to DF over TS, given. Then in step 2, I know that angle S and angle F are right angles. That was also given. So then I can say that angle S is congruent to angle F because we know that right angles are congruent. And then I'm ready in step 4 to make my similarity statement. Triangle DEF is similar to triangle TLS because I have two sets of proportional sides and I have one set of congruent angles. Remember, when you list the proportional sides, those scale factors should be marked equal. Angles should be marked congruent. Okay, if I have that, then I have side, angle, side similarity. Okay, that's the case I'm using to make that proof. Okay, so let's try that again here just with a second proof. Again, the goal is going to be to start by marking the diagram with what we know to be true. So we have that side KN is parallel with LM. Well, if I know that, I can see I've got a set of corresponding angles here and a set of corresponding angles here. Okay, if you want, you could have used angle J, congruent to angle J also with our reflexive property. But as soon as I have two sets of congruent angles, I can use angle-angle similarity as my case. So if I was going to write out this proof, I would start with the given. So KN parallel to LM. That was given. And then secondly, because these lines are parallel, I can make corresponding angles congruent. So angle K has to be congruent to angle L, and angle N has to be congruent to angle M. That was our corresponding angles postulate. Okay, or you could write that out in words. If two lines are parallel, then the corresponding angles are congruent. Okay, sometimes you see that with words. Okay, and then in step 3, I'm ready now to make my similarity statement because I have listed my two sets of angles already. So then I can say that triangle JKN is similar to triangle JLM, and that's by angle-angle similarity. Okay, so we're going to spend some class time on Thursday or Friday, depending on when you are in class, on really working with setting up these proofs. But again, anytime you're making angles congruent in a congruent statement, anytime that you have proportional sides, you should be making scale factors equal and listing those out in your steps. Your similarity proofs should be a little bit shorter, okay, than our congruency proofs were, because you can put more information in one step in some cases. Okay, so good luck with writing some of your proofs out and working with lesson 6.5. We hope that this week ends well for you and that you're getting ready for your chapter 6 test next week. So don't forget to look in Google Classroom at your chapter 6 test review so that you can bring any questions with you to class Monday and Tuesday. See you later.